here on our table we have a little bit of a display of different clocks that were used in the past.
Oh, okay.
How people used to tell time before we actually had, you know, regular digital clocks, all these new clocks that we have today.
Yeah.
They had a different way to tell time.
I'm excited. This is
I know,
Cynthia's activity. She's the one who researched
I
all
actu-
about it. I'm excited.
I chose this subject because I have a fascination with clocks. I used to collect clocks, different types of clocks, antique clocks, and so I have a thing for time.
Okay.
And I always like to be on time for things, unlike some people.
Okay. Is that why we're doing this activity? So that I'll be on time. She's going to show me all different ways to tell time in outside so I know what time it is. Okay.
Yeah.
She's correct.
Okay.
I'm not always late, but I'm not always on time.
And that's
But
okay.
I do
and that's
arrive.
okay.
But I do arrive.
She arrives, and the funny thing is, I always tell her, Paige, you're going to be late to your own funeral, and which is a good thing.
When I said I want to be, I
It's
want
a
to be
good
late
thing.
to my own funeral. I plan to push that time all the way to the end.
That's right.
Okay. So
Okay.
tell me about these clocks. I'm
Okay,
excited.
so I'm going to start. I'm going to read a little bit, and it says, who made the first clocks? It says, though various locksmiths and different people from different communities invented different methods for calculating time, it was Peter Henling, a locksmith from Nuremberg, Germany, who is credited, and the Germans are very well known for making clocks.
Oh, really?
Like the cuckoo clocks
yeah,
and
yeah.
different types of clocks. It says, with the invention of modern day clock and the originator of the entire clock making industry that we have today. It says, how did people tell time before clocks? One of the earliest of all devices to tell time was the sundial.
Oh,
We all know the sundial, right? Which
Yeah.
goes,
It's like in the ground, right? Or they have it on
Kind
the
of like-
pegs, and then the little pointy thing.
yeah, with the
shows-
shadow.
Yeah, I think that's how a sundial works.
Okay, the sundial is looked on as being a form of sun-powered clock. This shadow clock or sundial permitted one to measure the passage of hours within a day. Another very early form of clock to tell the time was the water clock. Okay, so I have different
I wanna hear about
clocks
that.
on my list. It says, when did humans start keeping track of time? According to the archaeological evidence, the Babylonians and Egyptians began to measure time at least 5,000 years ago, introducing calendars to organize and coordinate communal activities and public events, to schedule and the shipments of goods, and in particular to regulate cycles of planting and harvesting, which was very important to them because they
Yes.
did a lot of planting and they wanted to know, about their crops.
So even back then, they were keeping track of us.
Yeah.
With time.
With time. So it says types of clocks used by people in the past ages to keep the track of time. So we had the sundial, which is with the shadow, and I have here a picture of one. This is a very ancient one.
Oh yeah, that is. That's
So
made out of stone and
it's-
like markings.
It
And
has like, yes, it has like
I
indented
can watch
marks.
pictures.
And then I have another sample of a sundial clock,
Let's see.
which is right here.
Oh, this is
That
the
was
more like
a
the
little
one
bit
that I've
more
seen,
modern,
like
yeah.
a little bit more modern, where it looks like it's made out of like iron or stone or something like a. That doesn't look like it's going anywhere. You know,
The candle clock.
a candle.
Look at this. How interesting. So that's
Oh,
just two
wow.
types that I chose.
A candle clock. Wow, that's cool. So how does this work? Like, I see a candle, you burn it, and it's
So
probably
say if that
measured.
was,
in
say
time.
that takes about an hour to burn.
Mhm.
So once the whole thing burns, that's an hour passed already.
Oh, or they
This
probably
one.
have. Oh, okay. And they
And see how this one has markings on it, so it tells them like how much time it takes to burn.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but I like this one because I know exactly that's 1 hour. It's like a rolled up candle.
Wow, that's cool. That's really neat. This is very interesting.
And here's another one, which is a water clock. This is an Egyptian type of water clock as well, and it's kind of like one of these. What would you call this? Like a
Vessel? A bowl?
like a bowl or a basin, I guess. So they would fill it with water, and that one you can't really see, but it had a hole on the side. And then the amount of time that would take for the water
to drip out.
to drip out the whole jug or basin, then that's the time,
Oh
how they
my
would tell
gosh.
time.
That's awesome. That's really
That's
neat.
pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. I guess you could measure like by the time this drains all the way out,
Uh-huh.
a whole day has passed, or by the time this drains
Exactly.
out, 2 hours have passed.
I'm sure
So-
they figured that out,
Oh
right?
yeah, yeah.
And here's another one, which is a little bit more modern. It has water as well, and it drips out. But this one actually moves the
Oh, it moves the hour.
the dials.
the dials.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. What a cool.
Isn't that cool? So I didn't want to get into all of them because there's so many clocks. But Paige, you brought some of your old watches here.
Yes,
You were just
this
talking
is
about-
my mom got me this watch, but I mean, it's beautiful. It's my mom's
It
watch.
is very beautiful.
It's very antique-ish looking. It's I don't know. It reminds me of Victorian times.
Yeah.
And then let's see.
Then you let me borrow this one.
Yeah, to match. You have that one. And then when I have this watch, my dad and Mary gave me this watch, and then this watch. That's the only clocks I had. You said bring
Yeah.
all the clocks from your house. I said,
Yeah.
well, all I have are watches.
I don't know if anybody uses these watches anymore.
You don't really see people using
Because now we
watches.
have digital watches, and the younger generation
And the
today,
phone.
the younger generation today can't tell time. You believe that?
like on a regular
Yes,
clock,
a regular
right? Like with a
clock.
dial. They
The
just
clock
know
that we all
digital.
know.
Exactly. You know, that's true. But we took my nephew Colin. We bought him one of those clocks
Oh,
to
yeah?
teach him how to tell time.
That's
Because
good.
it is really. I mean, what happens if electricity goes out or your cell phone
Yeah,
goes down? You better know how to tell
exactly.
time. But with this, if you're ever stuck in the wilderness, you could figure out how to tell
That
time
is right.
after a while by burning a candle or watching a sundial.
Oh, you know, there was one I forgot was the pendulum clock, which is this one. Kind of
Oh,
like
where-
our grandfather clocks.
Yeah,
if you ever
where it goes
owned a
like that.
grandfather clock, yeah, that was another one with
Oh, that's
movement.
pretty. Oh yeah, movement
Mm-hmm.
makes things work and
Yeah.
Oh, this is a cool activity.
All right, everybody. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this activity,
Yeah.
and maybe you could share it with others.
And learning
maybe-
where time comes from, or not comes from, but how we measure time.
That is right.
How it evolved. I mean, we went from watching the sun to wearing it on our wrist to now it's on our phone.
Water, candles.
Wow, lots of different ways.
Who knew? Okay, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.